What is going on, Roland Empire here, guys, to give you a review of a movie that's just, oh my god, in these certain circumstances of how long it's taken. And it's not the only movie, but it's been the one that's been having the spotlight for most kinds of things. And now with certain things kind of settling, having guidelines, rules, that kind of stuff, you know, I'm here to talk about Christopher Nolan's Tenet. You guys know what Tenet is. Tenet is brought to you by the man himself, Christopher Nolan. What do you guys know? Memento, Batman Begins, Inception, Dunkirk, Tenet. This guy's done a lot, and it's at this point that he's been backed up where he can do a blockbuster movie but still bring in that originality and that kind of world, that kind of atmosphere, and just after so much anticipation, and then even in a way where can the man himself, the man can just save Hollywood cinema and all that. And still, you gotta admit that they tried to bring this movie out, but they're like, no, especially how everything needs to be playing. It's like, we gotta get some cha-chings, okay, some cha-chings back and all that. But after a while, it's like, let's just put this one out. This is fine. Let's test out the waters and all that. Let's see who goes and sees it, and also important things. Is it a good movie and all that stuff? And if you know the film itself, if you know kind of what's it about, it's just it's like a Bond espionage kind of film, but with that taste, that flavor that he brings, that sprinkling some of that creativity. That's just that sense of what Nolan's capable about in that sense. And it stars like John David Washington and Robert Pattinson. But the thing is, does it live up? Okay, is it a really good movie? Okay, a lot of this is promising. Always delivers on trailers, and just his films, they are an interesting force of nature. They really are interesting. They're really good films. And to say, how does this hold up? How is this hold up? How does it rank? I like the movie, guys. I really did. I liked it. And yeah, it is I will get to it's the flaws. And people probably noticed that maybe certain characters wish could have been written better. Stuff like that. Why couldn't he why couldn't things be more fleshed out and all that stuff? And I can see through all this. And yes, the plot is really good. It's interesting. It does suffice. It does it is what it wants to be told. What it wants to be told, it is that kind of thing. But I guess because I don't know if it's at this point, if you know what to expect, if you know what to expect from this creativity, you're gonna have a good time. Definitely the story, the plot really was entertaining. I like that, and it's you don't get this every week. Okay, you don't get this every week in film, so that was really enjoyable. And then the characters, I'm like, yes, maybe a little bit fleshed out. There's still a little bit some substance. I'm glad that Nolan did some substance with some of these characters, and I liked it built with the way he does the movies. But yeah, to get more invested, why we're following certain kind of like storylines of certain characters. Yeah, maybe you could care more. You could have cared more, but I liked how even the way it's yeah, the characters serve a bit of the plot, but I like the characters how they were, and it kind of feel very at times aware also of what kind of genre this film was. At least that's what I got. I got that kind of sense, and I even found that more enjoyable. I don't know, that's why there's certain groundworks of how this, you could come back and see it, or it could be a one thing for you. Who knows? I liked it, and I was I want to check it out because it is a film that it builds upon. Where you're okay, maybe I should have viewed it like this. Maybe I should have viewed it like that. So there's those kind of pieces, and it's whatever the cons were, the cons of how things to prepare. I like the pros of it. The pros really sustain what you're supposed to expect. They're supposed to be written like this. It's fishy. No, I get it. I I defend this movie. I defend it in a way where I enjoy it. But yeah, certain things you could be but man, it's always nonstop. It's always why can't these characters and actors have more time to shine? That kind of stuff. But I guess because it's a niche. Again, it's that word niche. It's like when you know a filmmaker with the way they do stuff, you could enjoy it. Still, you could be like, it's not the best. And for me, it is not the best one of the rankings, you know. But still, I thought it was a good time. I do like this flavor of how, like, Inception and Tenet are. I like that kind of stuff. And you could use a little bit of, like, to describe the template of how maybe one movie is, how the way the other one is, depending how you see certain, like, obviously executions, like execute shots and all that, and just characters, and maybe even like that, you start being okay, and then like, okay, so yeah, so that's why. Still, like, there's a lot where you're like, okay, like, even if you understood whatever the premise was, you're still like, I want to go and experience it. Like, some people experience, like, oh, maybe now with my expectations, I can see the movie more slowly, like another view. But for you, it's just like, if you want more viewings for this, like, after your first viewing, go ahead, because now it's also like, it's just a strategic way to approach the movie that you're like, I gotta give certain, like, credence, like, you know, call out whatever's flawed, call out whatever's good. You gotta admit that. You gotta call out what you see as bad. You gotta call out what you see as good. But like, me enjoying the film, like, I really did like it. It was worth it. You don't need to rush out if you don't want to go see it. But if you want to go out and see it, you should. It's meant for the IMAX. It really is a darn good movie. Like, go ahead if you have the opportunity. It's just, this is, I want to defend cinema. Cinema is like, this is the reasons. I want to defend why we still need that. And Tenet just really proves that. Again, like, even actors, like, I would say, like, like John David Washington, Robert Pattinson, they're really fun. They're really likable. They really help one another. They definitely help one another in that sense. And it's just, yeah, it's, you gotta, it's like, if you vibe with the characters, if you vibe with the actors, you can vibe with this whole thing. And yeah, it's a nice little film. It is a nice little film to be like, you have you have an interesting way to look at the film. It's not boring. It definitely is, like, not boring. It's entertaining. It really was an entertaining film. So yeah, guys, like, Tenet might be, this one, I think now might be you got to be in the middle. It's got to be in the middle, because it's like, you can make a little bit of your favorite. Like, sometimes, like, you gotta weigh the best and the favorites, like all that. You have best favorites. I have a favorite, like, and I think I'd have to push it up a bit. It's just, yeah, like, you still got, overall, like, Nolan really, yeah, there's still an impressive filmography with this. Like, just good job with, like, still going on. I still think there's momentum. There's momentum and tempo. Like, just after this film, like, this film really, it's still a good, piece of a project. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna have to give Tenet a B plus. Grading is, you could grade something however you want, but still, like, the way you talk about the movie, the way you talk and express the movie, it still really was an entertaining film for me. So if you guys seen Tenet, how did you guys, like, see the movie? How did you guys have fun? Did you guys have, like, fun in that sense? Like I said, like, I had, really good fun with this movie. These are my thoughts and opinions, guys. Like I've always said, my thoughts and my opinions. Let me know in the comments below, guys. And as always, roll an empire. Laugh, smile, repeat.